The next Call of Duty has been officially revealed as Black Ops 7, launching later this year as COD 2025. COD dropped this cinematic trailer, kind of laying out the campaign and the story, but there's definitely a couple things you probably missed, also in regards to multiplayer, zombies, and even Warzone. First things first, COD dropped this tweet giving us some general information. The game is to take place in 2035, 10 years after BO2. Obviously, a lot of this you're going to see is inspired by the BO2 story and the campaign. David Mason is the main character in this storyline, in this campaign. It's going to be co-op, which is pretty cool, and we're going to talk about it, but it looks like it's going to be 4-player co-op, which is actually something people have been looking for in COD for a while, as well as there's going to be brand new multiplayer maps. This is maps with an S, so there's going to be at least 2 brand new multiplayer maps, right? Obviously, the original rumor last year and even earlier this year was that there's going to be BO2 remakes at launch, but at least we're going to definitely be having some brand new maps at launch of the game. And then the next round of round-based zombies in the Dark Aether is all going to be set there. So, but a little bit of information for everything there. But I guarantee you there's some things you probably missed that we're going to talk about here that have to do with a whole bunch of different things and game modes in COD. First of all, this is just like the cover art for the game. I'd imagine the Black Ops 7 logo. But let's talk about each little things in the actual campaign they dropped here. This, I don't know what this is. It's like a massive throwing knife. I'm not really sure exactly what this is supposed to be, but the whole thing is very futuristic, very like hologram-esque. So we're gonna see what that is. Little view of a prison here. This is one of the big things to talk about. You see 4 players dropping in, and a lot of people thought that this had to do with Warzone, and specifically the new Warzone map that's rumored to be coming, which is called Avalon. Now, if you know the Ghost of Hope, he is one of the most notable leakers on Twitter and everything regarding to Call of Duty. And he said that Avalon shot is not Warzone. It's from the co-op campaign. So people thought this was Warzone. Apparently it's not. He also quote tweeted himself and saying he'd love to be wrong. So I guess there is a possibility he's probably wrong, but he's saying that shot right there is campaign. So at least when it comes to Warzone, this is not what it's going to be. This, though, is probably the Warzone map, Avalon. Obviously, a couple of the POIs you can see here. But then going in further, you see here, ship, map. This might be maybe another part of the campaign, potentially, or this could be a part of a multiplayer map. It looks like an island. You see some boats out in the distance. Who really knows? Maybe this is one of the brand new multiplayer maps that's coming at launch. But then, as you can see right here, you see this hologram of a guy. It looks like active camo is coming back to some extent in Black Ops 7. Now, whether this is going to be specialists or not, I don't think so. It looks like this is David Mason here. So I don't think it's going to be a specialist ability like we saw in BO3 or BO4 with those type of specialists. I mean, it could be wrong, and that could obviously change, but I do think it's more going to be probably like a field upgrade or maybe even a kill streak that you can get in the game. We get a couple more looks here at some things, but then we get to another big one, which a lot of people are excited about, and that is this little clip here at the end of Zombies. And as you can see here from Mr. Dalek JD, this is a screenshot of the image. And the rumors, just from this image alone, is that is a Transit remake or a Transit-inspired map. Obviously, if everyone pretty much knows, but if you don't know, Transit was the map in BO2 with the bus that really kind of took COD by storm because it was such a different way of playing round-based zombies, but it just didn't work out great because those consoles couldn't really render the map the right way, making it for some weird things that they had to do to make this happen. But looking at this image, you could see right here, there's like the spokes of a windmill or like a little wind turbine type thing, looking like it's from the farm part of Transit. These are obviously the headlights right here of what looks like the bus, obviously zombies, so we know it's zombies. Ghost of Hope again on Twitter here said Transit remaster, so you know he's a leaker. This has been obviously rumored in the past, so I'd imagine this is probably going to be true. And he also said all the zombies maps in BO7 take place in the Dark Aether. Now obviously in the last couple games with zombies, the maps had parts that were in the Dark Aether, or you could go into the Dark Aether, but it looks like all of them are going to be. So I would imagine the vibe is going to be similar to that in a lot of the zombies games, which I think is a good thing, and I think is what the zombies community has been looking for in terms of the aesthetic of the game, which has felt too much Warzone-y and not enough zombies, so I think this is the step in the right direction. COD also went on to say that the official reveal for the game is coming this summer. They did not give an official date. I'd imagine, you know, the full reveal and everything is going to come at COD Next, which typically is in August, but I would think they would drop a couple more teasers or things like that, or some information throughout the next month, right? I mean, we still have 2 months essentially, right? June kind of just started, we're weekend, but like kind of just started. So I'd imagine we have at least 2 months until COD Next, where we should start to get a little bit more information, probably about like the campaign and the story, and not really multiplayer and zombies up until COD Next. But the futuristic vibe of the game is definitely obvious here for Black Ops 7. I mean, you can even see here holograms, what looks like maybe could be kill streaks or field upgrades coming to the game. Another little teaser of maybe what we can see in multiplayer. Everything's futuristic. The game's set in 2035, and we at least now know the basis and the timeline of the overall story in the campaign, which is going to have co-op mode, which I'm super excited for. But let me know what you think about BO7 in the comments, and subscribe for more. I'll keep you up to date on everything Black Ops 7 news, leaks, and rumors that comes out over the next few months until we get the official game. With all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.